Welcome back to The Worst. We were hoping to record this live from Disney's Riviera Resort.
But apparently Disney forgot to install a podcast studio at Bar Riva.
Well, we're home now, slightly poorer, a little sunburnt, and carrying some opinions.
How's your vacation, Pete?
I don't know if it was an actual vacation.
You were at Disney for a week.
I was conducting research.
Yeah, for your doctoral thesis in Morocco?
I take this podcast very seriously.
Yeah, I know you do. You went on vacation, you came home with a spreadsheet.
But it's color coded.
Yeah, I have no doubt.
After all that research, we're going to separate Disney hype from Disney reality.
Ooh, so today we're spending everyone else's money.
Exactly. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you a quick recap of our graduation trip. I took several teenage girls down to Florida for Disney World, and we stayed at the Riviera. We're going to go over some of that. It's not a park review, but we're going to talk about things that stood out over several days. The theme is not everything Disney fans rave about is incredible. And some things deserve a lot more credit than they get.
And before you write angry emails to us,
we're happy you're wrong. All right, Jamie, let me talk about the Riviera to get us started off. I know you've been to the Riviera. Let me get your opinion.
we first of all, welcome back. And I can't believe you survived the week with three, pre-college teenage girls, one being your daughter. You're here to tell the story. You survived. You have less money now, but you know what? It was probably worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always worth it. It was a really great time. We hit those pitfalls that we always hit, and I think we're going to talk about a couple of those. But it was really good. I really want to get into it. So I don't know how to say this. I know if we get more fan mail, we're probably going to hurt some feelings on this one, like you mentioned earlier. But like I said, we're happy they're wrong. It's no problem.
This is America.
This is America. So let's talk about the Riviera. The Riviera, as you know, the story behind it, it's inspired by Walt and Lillian's Disney trip to the French Riviera. So Lillian wanted Walt to relax, and Walt worked anyway. That's kind of what he did. And the story is all over that hotel. I mean, you can feel it. It's elegant, it's relaxed, it's sophisticated. It's not loud Disney. So I can tell you what I loved, and you can share too, because I know you've been there, but what we loved was the artwork. I mean, the artwork is honestly some of the best on Disney property. If you're into artwork, it's amazing. The tangled mosaics out in the courtyard are fantastic.
Beautiful.
I mean, they're
beautiful.
Yeah, they really are. Everything feels expensive without trying too hard. The rooms are beautiful and very comfortable. And the Skyliner is the biggest reason to stay here. If you love Epcot, Hollywood Studios, this changes your vacation. Instead of treating your room like somewhere you sleep, you actually use it. You need a break, back in 10, need to change for dinner, easy, need to escape Florida heat, done. Transportation changes things more than people realize.
It's completely worth it just to the transportation alone. And to bring up your point about the artwork itself, if there's something at the Riviera that you like, not just in the gift shop, but on the walls, walking down the hallway, in your room, a painting, a mosaic, or whatever it is, whatever type of artwork you can find on the wall, it's for sale, folks. Mickey's happy to take your money on it. You can tell a cast member, hey, we really like this painting. Do you have a smaller version of it for sale? And they can find it for you. So all that artwork is for sale.
It's beautiful. I was looking at every time you turn a corner there, and all the floors are the same. So no matter what floor you stay on, you're going to see the same artwork. But everywhere you turn, there's a really great one of Alice. I'm a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. They've got the princesses there. One of my favorite pieces was the Ariel coming out of the water, and the mermaid one there. Super good, super good. But the quick service there surprised me. Everyone raves about Riviera's quick service, and it's good. It's not life-changing. Personally, I'd rather eat at Polynesian, Caribbean Beach, or Contemporary. Don't walk in expecting a culinary perfection. Problem is that, and we'll talk about this later in the segments too, is the internet. The damn internet, bless its heart.
We talked about that last episode.
Right? But I think we're going to end up talking about it all the time because it's given us a job here. And what everybody went out there and said, hey, this quick service at Riviera is really good. You should all go there. Every one of you from Pop and Art of Animation and the Caribbean Resorts, you should all go over there on the Skyliner and eat breakfast or lunch or dinner. But breakfast, man, I mobile ordered. I took advice from the mighty Jamie McMahon, and
look at you.
I mobile ordered.
You are learning something, my friend.
I am, but I'm going to tell you that mobile order took forever, and the place was packed. There was zero seating. Like, and so that's where I think some of the internet gets into it. But when I did get it, I did not eat the best breakfast sandwich in Walt Disney World. It was good. I ate it. I had to do it, research, like I said, for my spreadsheet.
Of course,
Um,
research.
it was good, but it was not life changing. So don't again, don't expect everything. And so we'll talk about, access to these places, but a lot of what you see on the internet is going to either bog down that place, or if you see it as a trend on something, or you're going to find out that the expectation doesn't quite reach reality. So moving on, just a couple other things with the hotel. The pool, it was nice, it was clean, it was perfectly fine, but really nothing memorable. So I would recommend the Riviera to anyone looking to call us as Travelmation's worst travel agents. If you want luxury, if you want quiet, if you want subtle Disney, you'll love the Riviera. If you want giant Disney icons and over the top theming and childlike feeling, you'll leave wanting a little bit more. I mean, it's almost a little too sophisticated. It's like a normal hotel that's trying to be a Disney hotel versus Disney hotel trying to like class up or, be moderate. So, I mean, that's the hotel. From your stay, what do you believe me? What do you think?
Now, let me ask you about this. Did you go up to Topolino's on the top floor? Did you watch the new fireworks from up there? Did you have a old fashioned up there? Did you enjoy brunch, the character brunch up there? Did you do any of that? Because that's our favorite restaurant, my favorite restaurant up on top of the Riviera.
All right, so that may be a hole in my plot line because we did not do that. Every night we're like, hey, first we didn't because it's a little bit pricey. So when we did the quick service dining, so we didn't plan a meal there, but we did say and something, hey, we're guilty of the viral trends too. We did see where you should go up there for sunset and have a drink at the lounge and really just enjoy the scenery. And so we did have that on our list of things to do, but our relaxing vacation turned into just being delightfully busy the whole time. So we would get back and we did afternoons while we were there in June. Most of the afternoons were pretty cloudy and we had to deal with some rain. Weather was pretty good, but typical Florida stuff. Around that time we would have gone up there was it was rainy.
Yeah, I mean it's Florida in summertime. It's going to rain for 1 hour a day. Pick your time anywhere between noon and 5 p.m. It's going to downpour for at least an hour, and then it goes away. That's just Florida in summertime. I know you talked about the pools a second. Just so people know, there are two different pools at the Riviera Resort. There's one for adults, right? And there's one for kids. No, there's not one for adults. Oh,
I think it may be booked as that. I mean, the whole place, most of the kids were at the bigger pool, but there were
okay,
kids at the adult pool. I mean, I
okay.
don't know how strict. There wasn't anybody there like slapping wrists for kids, but there were kids there. So just managing expectations. It was quieter though.
But the difference is one pool has a large, I don't know, like Greek style or French inspired style, like tower and a water slide, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
only person I saw go down the water slide was my wife and none of the kids.
good for her. Good
Yeah,
for her.
yeah. She did good.
So yeah, I know you touched on it just a second ago. You mentioned who should stay here. So you think adults? This is more an adult related trip. If you shouldn't, you're not taking three teenage girls, obviously, who are basically adults. But you think your basic family of four with two little kids, this is not for them.
Yeah, I definitely think if you're coming to me as a big family or you're coming to me with a lot of littles and some kids that are, awestruck by the magic, this is not the place I'm going to send you. This is a DVC hotel. It was built to be a DVC hotel. So, most of the reservations, I think, are DVC. So I think like if you're the older crowd, and you want some luxury and some quiet and not as many kids, I think I would definitely recommend it to you. The DVC tend to be a little bit older in age, a little bit more money. So not me, by the way. I'm also young and poor. I'm still DVC, but young and poor.
I don't know
Um,
about young,
but I,
but
but I would recommend it if you're looking for quiet and luxury. And it is just nice. It's pretty.
it is a beautiful resort.
I would also 100% recommend it for the Skyliner. The Skyliner is a game changer. Even if I hated the Riviera, I would say the Skyliner rocked it, but I could easily go over to Caribbean Beach or Art of Animation and still
Mhm.
use that Skyliner. I think it was the easiest stop, the closest to Epcot, but I could ride it a little bit longer. It was great. I mean, it never ever took that long to get anywhere we wanted to go. I mean, it was. I mean, I don't know why we're not all staying on the Skyliner now. And I love the monorail too, my man. But it just it was a
No,
thrill. It was
Skyliner
great.
is way more fun. Way more fun. And just for a free, I mean, you're staying at Disney, so it's not free, right? But just as a free attraction or free something in the afternoon to do, if you all are dead tired and sick of the parks for the day, like, most people get around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, especially the kids, just get your butt on the Skyliner. Go for a ride. It doesn't cost anything. Go up and down the Skyliner. Go to those 3 different resorts. You could bar hop between those 3 different resorts on the Skyliner if you wanted to. If it's an adult only trip, you can just get out and walk around the 3 different resorts that are there. It's just a cool thing that to have. And like Pete's saying, if you're staying at the Riv, Epcot, boom, Hollywood Studios, boom, both my two favorite resorts, right there. You can't ask for anything more than that. Like he's saying, you're back in 10 minutes. You leave the park, you're back to your hotel in 10 minutes. You're not going to get that anywhere else, unless you're staying
Yeah,
on the monorail. And even on the monorail, it take much longer, depending on what direction you're going. So,
absolutely.
um, is this Disney enough?
I would not send every family here. I don't think it's Disney enough. I think it's the first thing you notice is it's not overwhelmingly Disney. So if you have people that aren't huge Disney fans and just want more of a luxury, then yes. But most of our families that'll call us and say they want to go on a trip, I would probably avoid sending them to the Riviera.
Yeah, unless they specifically ask for it. And
Yeah.
you would stay at the Polynesian over this place again, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I love the Polynesian. I love Trader Sam's. I love it. Yeah, I probably would stay at the Polynesian over this one. I mean, you get the monorail, which is also good, but I would definitely miss the Skyliner.
Yeah, you're not going to get that over at Poly, but you get Trader Sam's. So, I
You
mean,
do.
that's a pretty good trade-off. That's a pretty good
Yeah,
trade-off.
it
All
is a
right,
pretty good
let's fast
trade-off.
forward to the parks, Pete. We're going to Epcot, man. Tell me all
All
about your
right.
Epcot day.
Oh gosh, I'm so excited about this. It was probably one of my best park days. And so we're going to talk about the Premier Pass with this. I'll admit something. I wanted to not like this. I was like, Disney is trying to rake me over again. They're trying to take my money, and they absolutely are. But I loved it. I loved it.
This
So
is the poor man's VIP tour is what this is.
this is 100% the poor man's VIP tour. So what it is I looked and I wanted to do the research, like I'm here for the people. I'm here for you
Yeah,
guys out there. I'm here to
absolutely.
do this for you.
This is hard work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I said, all right, what's the cheapest park? And I was like, grateful it was Epcot because I'm like, all right, cool. I love Epcot. I'm probably going to go there a few times. And then it's for two people, right? So Brianna and I only, not the whole family. The girls were on their own doing their own thing. So we entered the park and we came in through France and we decided to work counterclockwise through the whole park. So go around the world, pop out at Mexico, go around the interior sections, back in and close it out with Canada and the UK and back on the Skyliner. So it was amazing. We did that. Every ride, we just walked right on. So we started out in France. We got a slushy and a champagne. We walked on to Ratatouille's, popped on out, continued around the world. We made it to Norway comes next. So we were right on to the Frozen ride, easy peasy. Missed Maelstrom, but go Frozen. Uh, we Charlie Miked down to to Mexico, hitting everything else. We had your favorite avocado margarita.
Blech.
Um, I don't understand why they have to put tahini on every glass, but whatever. I'm here for it.
Because it's
Another
Mexico.
pro tip: we brought our own metal straws. Worked out great, by the way.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
idea.
yeah, Disney still has paper straws. So we didn't need the lightning lane for this, but since we were in Mexico, we jumped right on to the Three Caballeros and saw your drunk half naked chickens, which was amazing. One of my favorite rides. Had a great time. Spent too much money on
You
merch in
you and the
Mexico.
chickens are both drunk, so
Yeah, no. At this point, I definitely had a good little tipsy on. So what was next? I mean, I think we popped out and walked right on to Guardians. Like I not a wait at all. with the lightning lane. So we weren't jumping around, we didn't have to start at Ratatouille, head all the way over to Test Track, which was broken down for most of the day, by the way.
Because it was probably it was thunderstorming, right? Because it was bad weather.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
If
Yeah. And
only they
then,
could put a cover on the open section of the ride, huh?
I mean,
Then it would be open. Disney is, if you're listening, because I know you are, because we're 10 episodes in now, we're basically international celebrities. Um, put a cover on the outside section of Test Track. You can run it the entire day if there's rain or no rain. Thank you. I'm off my soapbox. Go.
we hit Soren, and I'm gonna put a tack in Soren because I need to come back to that in a minute. But we did that. We went to finally do the last one on our trip, Test Track again, broken down or closed. I don't know if it was broken down, but it was closed. And that time was definitely rain. So we're like, all right, that's too easy. We're gonna go back on the Skyliner and go change clothes, check on the girls. So we did that, and then we came on back. But because we had that damn premiere pass, when we got back, we walked right on to Test Track, and we're gonna come back to Test Track again too because I've got more to say about that. But you walk on, you don't have to refresh the app. I mean, you can still plan like we planned our route, so we knew our waypoints along the way. I didn't need a compass. It was fantastic. For families of 6, 5, probably not, but for couples, 100% if your budget allows. So I'm going to tell you straight out, for the two of us for that day, which was a Sunday, we paid $300.
That's not awful. That's not that
It's
bad.
not awful. $300
Think about
for that peace of mind and not walking 7 miles and a quarter mile because we had to bounce around whatever time those lightning lanes were available. If you
right.
can afford this, and if your vacation time is limited, this is 100% what I would do. If you're trying to stack two parks, maybe you just premiere past the first park and get through all the rides and then go to another one for the evening. I think that would be great. But even if you just like want a relaxing day, not have to do 20,000 steps and just cut it down to 10,000 steps. This was, I'll rave about this and tell people about this.
So jealous that you got to experience it, and then like you're saying, you didn't have to ping pong across the park, go from here to here to here to here, all the way across the park because you had a lightning lane available for whatever ride was available at that time. You just leisurely walked along the park and hopped on a ride when you wanted to. You didn't have to have your phone
100%.
out the entire time, refreshing like a madman, trying to get the next lightning lane, whatever time it's available. So think about, yeah, you paid $300. Yeah, you did. It's $300 you don't have anymore, but you had a great time.
Yep.
Um, and you had a way more relaxing, stress-free time rather than having to be on your phone every 10 seconds and trying to refresh your app and try to get the next ride. So that's what you're giving up. Yeah, you're gonna pay the upfront fee, but you're also getting on the back end of that a way less stressful experience. So I think it's, again, if it's in your budget, it's something that you should definitely think about. I know
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
something I would definitely do in the future. Now that you've done it, I think I think I have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a competition.
No, no, not at all. It's just like I'm jealous because I want to experience it like you experienced it. Because so often are the times that we you're saying, you just get so bogged down in the app, you get so bogged down with refreshing your screen and trying to go from lightning lane to lightning lane. You're crisscrossing the park just because one ride, and especially Epcot, because nothing is close to each other. You go
Right.
from the World Showcase to all the way over to Nemo, from Nemo all the way over to Test Track, and then
Mm-hmm.
to Guardians. So it's a long way. It's a
Yeah.
long way. So
Yeah.
doing it this way is, man, this is a preferred way.
Yep. And let me add, as soon as we were done, well, we would did Living on the Land and then did Soren. And I just want to talk real quick about both of those. I think what I'm trying to say is like sometimes the expectation that Instagram is going to give you is way different than what you'll actually get. So, what was it we talked about? The restaurant, the quick service, not great. But what was great was Test Track. I loved the upgrades. It reminds me of classic Epcot. It is definitely, hey, here's the future of tomorrow, and I was blown away by the graphics and what they had in there. I'm not going to give it away. The ride itself is the same exact ride it was, and which was fine. It was nice. Um, but the storytelling and the way that they're trying to keep the experimental prototype community of tomorrow alive in there, I think that was a good one. I think it's a good counter for stuff like Guardians, which is just simply a thrill ride. They give you some educational stuff with Test Track, which I really love. And then I'm going to move over to Soarin'. So it's Soarin' America now to celebrate Freedom 250 and America's birthday. And it was awesome. Like it was awesome. I'm used to the old one, and I think maybe just because it was new, but the smells were great. It starts off with, and again, I don't want to give too much away, but I'm a Mainer. I'm from Maine, and it starts off with a lighthouse in Maine that I've been to,
Oh man, I knew you
probably
were
100
coming.
times. Yeah, I mean, they set it up just for me. Ow, oh, and another thing, Jamie, what do you think the best seat in the house at Soarin' is?
Probably front and center, either top row or front row because you had to do it with people's dangling feet in your face.
So this was an argument that we had. So I'm like, we got center, center, center. So we
Mm.
had the center row of the center aisle. And what else was the other center? I don't even know. Um, so
Hmm.
middle row of the three cars.
Yeah,
And so that was the argument. Is like, I think center, center, center is perfect, but she thought center, center, top would be fine because then we wouldn't see the feet.
yeah.
But either way, I mean, it was a win. We got exactly that seat. I mean, center, center, center. So we did see the feet, but I had my hat, so blocked it out a little bit.
More importantly,
Um,
how's Patrick Warburton?
oh, he's amazing. Putty really knows his stuff, and I felt safe. I stored my stuff. I made sure little ones around me were good.
You pull on your yellow strap.
I did aggressively too. I might add. I was excited. Yeah, you know me. I got my little clap when I'm excited. I can't help myself.
Did they fly you through the Midwest? Because I'm a Midwest kid. Did they fly you through the Midwest?
They
Did
did.
you
They
go?
did
Okay.
all kinds of stuff. You're gonna
It didn't
really
smell
enjoy
like
it.
cow manure, did it? Because that's
I
that's what
mean,
that's what it smells like.
there was one. I mean, they sent you. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it away for you. And there are smells, and some don't line up with where you are, but it's okay. I loved
Nice,
it. Yeah,
nice. Let's talk about where you ate in Epcot. Where'd you go?
we did. I'll go backwards. We tried all the things, but the highlight I want to give you is Space 220. I did a lot of research on this. I wanted to pick something different to do. And so we made a reservation for the lounge. And I was expecting the lounge to be separate from everything else, but the lounge is not. The lounge is on the same exact floor of the restaurant. So there's just bigger tables over here, and then there's a bar and smaller tables over here,
Okay.
which is fine because if you've never been to Space 220, what you do is you check in down in the lobby, and then they give you a ticket and you wait for them to call you, and you get in an elevator. And what that elevator does is it simulates you going up into a space station. So they have like an elevator somehow that is from right in Disney right there and all the way up into this space station. And it is so cool. You get in there and there's a round thing in the middle, and down at the bottom you see a screen, a big round screen, and then there's a screen up top, and then you can see your departure away from the Earth, and you look up and you can see your arrival going up into the space station. So it
That's cool.
literally feels like you're going up into space. And then after this really cool ride, it opens up the elevator doors, and you go out, and you are I think 180 screens of space, and you see Earth down below, and then occasionally there's some characters that float by. There's an astronaut that goes by. I don't know what he's tethered to. Maybe he's been out there forever. I'm not really sure. It's kind of weird.
Poor guy forgot
Um,
about
some
him. Somebody forgot about him.
right, some spaceships go by. I did ask if any TIE fighters or X-wing fighters were going to go by, and
Mhm.
dude said no. Sam, our waiter, who was pretty awesome, he said no. But he did say that one of the astronauts that float by does occasionally have a lightsaber. I was like, okay.
I mean, you probably need it in space.
You do need it in space. I had an old fashioned that was fantastic, and the internet was 100% accurate. The short ribs, the braised short ribs, were sliders, were fantastic. They were really, really, really,
That
really,
sounds really good.
really, really good. Oh my god, they were great.
So I was going to ask you about the food because initially, when this restaurant first opened, the reviews were awful, where they were really bad. And we, as advisors, were like, "Do I tell people to go here? I don't want them to think I'm bad at my job because I sent them to a bad restaurant." But sounds like to me you had a fantastic experience. Like, is it food over experience or experience over food?
So I went just for the experience because I read all those reviews and everybody was saying, it's a one and done for me. Um, but we loved it. The experience was on par. And then the food was on par. I forget the other thing that we had, but I know it was really good, but it just wasn't as good as the sliders. And the cocktails were great. I mean, they were really good. I mean, if I'm giving anything negative on this, it's just that it's not a lounge. It's just a smaller table at the restaurant, and it's a little noisy. I mean, but you're at Disney, so it is what it is. And then the price was reasonable. So I would go back here and I would recommend it to people.
Cool.
So I don't know if they fixed it or if we just had a really good night or Sam was good to us. You're out there, man. Sam, you're the bro.
All the
Thank you.
above. I know you mentioned
Yep.
lounge a second, and I think people will confuse this one with Geo 82. Are you familiar with Geo 82? It
I
just
am,
opened.
and I it's on my list, and I know it's fantastic. You want to tell them about it?
So it's located in, it's not at Space 220, it is located in Spaceship Earth. And what you need to do here, and I'm going to ruin it for everybody, and it's going to be crowded and, but whatever. You want to go in the evening time, and it's only for adults only. At all the entire time it's open, it's 21 plus only, no children allowed. You want to go in the evening, and just before reflections start, or I'm sorry, whatever the Epcot fireworks show is called nowadays. Um, and you want to sit there and you can look out from Spaceship Earth from the golf ball and watch the fireworks from Geo 82.
I've seen the videos. I think it's definitely high on my list of things to check out,
Yeah, we should go there
especially
in January. I think that's on our list, our to-do list for sure.
let's make
Since
that a
we're
reservation.
since we're on food, talk to me about the dining plan you had.
Okay, so we did the quick service, and I came away liking it more than I expected. I've always been like, oh, we're not gonna get our money's worth. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. But honestly, it simplified everything. No mental math. We just enjoyed the meals, and we just enjoyed showing up at a quick service, not worrying about it, being able to mobile order. And the kids, when I sent them, or the young ladies, I should say, when we sent them off, we knew that they had it covered. So I think it was really good. One tip is if you're drinkers, order the alcohol with it and then buy the soda, because you're getting, like, drinks are like $20, 17 to $20. So if you can get that with your meal, you're really maximizing your plan. I think we had it out to be about $400 per person. And that was over a 6 night span. So we had 12 meals. You get 2 meals a day. So if you are spending more than roughly $430 on that 6 day plan, then you've made your money back, right? And so we easily did that. I mean, there were some meals that we added drinks, and we even added drinks to the kids' meals they weren't kids' meals, the teens' meals that we took, and then just bought them, whatever they wanted, soda or water. So we really maximized that. So it was really good. The one thing I'll tell you is a little bit of a frustration is plant-based options. We had a vegetarian with us, and we had a dairy restriction with us. Disney has them, I know they have them, and they are prepared for that kind of thing, but sometimes they felt hidden, like you had to have the password to the secret menu. But if you're vegetarian or vegan, you have to do a little menu searching. I don't think they have enough options, because I mean they've got burgers. I mean, I don't see a reason why they can't have like a black bean burger substitute right there with it. But I mean, it's minor. Overall, I would give it a big thumbs up. So just as a wrap up, I know we've talked about this before. You get two, if you're doing the quick service, you get two quick service meals a day. You get them all front loaded. So you get 2 quick service meals a day per person, and then you get 1 snack a day per person. And then you get that handy little mug that you can fill at the resorts only with your little
Oh,
RFI chip. So you can't bring them you can bring them into the park, but you're not going to be able to use them anywhere in the park.
see, I thought you could
So
use them at any quick service location.
you cannot.
Huh. Okay.
A lot of the quick services, they didn't work. I mean, maybe some of them did. I didn't bring mine in. The girls did, but they had a hard time getting them to work inside the park. So maybe a little more research from us. We'll let you know. We'll get back to you. I know you're heading there in September, so buy a cup, try it out in the park. For us, it just didn't work.
No, I like your that's a key play. If you're gonna drink beer, if you're gonna drink whatever it is, right? Like a hard seltzer or something. Okay, so you're going down in the Riviera and you're going to the French inspired, lovely quick service area. What Pete's saying is go ahead get yourself that high noon, get yourself that Corona with your breakfast. Don't drink it at breakfast time. I mean, unless you want to get the party started right away at 9 a.m.,
Yeah,
whatever. It's your vacation. I'm not here to judge.
yeah.
But it's cheaper to go ahead and buy and ask for water and or buy a soda or juice and then keep that can of beer for later in the day, right? So when you come back from a break from the park, you got something in your refrigerator upstairs in your room. So that's a great play. It's good to know
Yep.
there's still. I remember when I figured that out years ago when our kids were little at art of animation. I'm like, this is amazing. They're not stopping me. I'm doing this.
Yep.
And then it's still around. Here we are, 2026, however many years later, 10 years later, probably. And we're still doing it. So that's good to know that that's still around. That's a great play. You're definitely gonna make more on your return by doing that if you want to drink alcohol.
Yeah, we drove. So I actually still have cider, a beer, and a wine in my fridge from that meal plan. So I think we did get what we needed out of it.
I think that's a great play. That's a great play. All right, let's move on. Where around the Riviera did you eat? Any other restaurants that you ate around off the Skyliner or off um, the resorts nearby the Epcot area?
Jamie, I'm glad that you asked.
Well,
I've
you
got
see, I'm getting better at this podcast thing, P, and that's what's called in the podcast world. That's I don't even know what it's called. What is it called? That's called
the
something.
setup.
There you go. Sure. Yeah. Transition, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
a
know.
segue.
Segue. Bingo. See, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
It
See,
was
we're
a
getting better.
segue and a setup because the theme of this is expectation management, right? So a lot of things that are popular shouldn't be, and things that aren't popular should be. And so for me, we went to investigate for you people, of course, we
Research.
went to investigate Beaches and Cream.
Oh,
As you
good
know,
pick.
Beaches and Cream, or you may not know, is famous for having the kitchen sink. And the kitchen sink is like 5 scoops of ice cream. They recommend you bring 4 people to eat it, and they have every topping that you can have on top of it. However, you need to plan this way out because you cannot get a reservation very easily, and you certainly can't get it for 5 or 6 people in the afternoon. So what we did is we did a walk-up list, talked to the cast member. We were nice to the cast members, and we only waited about 10 minutes before we got a seat
Oh
at the
man, look at
counter.
you.
Yep, we got a seat at the counter. So I mean, this one hurt for me. Like I wanted to love it. Like, I like the nostalgia of things, and I like old classic. I love Hollywood for the old classic Hollywood style that it brings.
Soda fountain style
Um,
restaurant.
yeah, exactly. That kitchen sink is iconic, and you've got the opportunity to have this old school, really like old school Mickey vibe. But I mean, it was so average. Like the decor was average. The hard ice cream was good. I mean, not a lot of places still do hard ice cream or whatever, but the hard ice cream was great. Um, and everything else, it was crowded. It was loud. The food was average. Like I was not blown away. I've always dreamed about eating here. It's part of Disney history. I mean, the internet told me it was a must do, but I won't go again. We did get one Sunday which we split, and I hate to say this, my friends at Disney, but they gave a dirty spoon, and we're not big on I'm in the military. I've eaten with a dirty spoon before, but you know, they want to charge us, a lot of money for this, and they have this really iconic restaurant. I think they need to pay a little bit better of attention to that. And so, for me, it's I don't know if it's gone downhill or it's I would avoid beaches and cream if I were you.
Man,
Dirty spoons or not.
you made a whole lot of enemies just now. The worst, beyond the magic at gmail.com, folks. If you want to go ahead and let Pete know how you feel about things.
You can
I have
yell at
also,
me.
yeah, no, please. He's not going to cry. Maybe he will. I don't know. Um, we ate at Peaches and Cream a long time ago at that trip I told you I ruined Disney for my wife back when we
Yep.
first married. We ate there.
The
We did
forced
not get
march of happiness.
yeah, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
was. Um, we did not get the kitchen sink. I saw people getting it. You get lots of attention. People are yelling and screaming at you. They're excited for you, like a siren goes off, a red light's
Yep.
flashing, right? Um, I think it looks like a great time. I don't like whipped cream, so I don't want the whole thing of whipped cream out. And for me,
Sure.
that's not what I want. But um, I'm surprised about the experience that you had. I'm sorry you got a dirty spoon. That sucks. Um,
I mean, and that's not it. Like, the thing's not ruined from a dirty spoon, but it's just one more little tiny thing on top of it.
just one more thing.
Yeah. So I was like, meh.
Got it. Okay. Anywhere else did you? Where else did you go?
You know as well as I do, and I got to give him another big shout out, is back in the America Pavilion, the barbecue, especially on the quick
Regal
service.
Eagle.
Regal Eagle. Again, we went there for lunch. Just amazing. If you like barbecue at all, this is the place to go. The mac and cheese was good. The meat was good. The brisket was good, which is just unheard of for me that they make so much of it and it's still so good. And then the drinks were fantastic. We got the lemonade. I wanted to walk out with the moonshine, but I was trying to be good. We had a long day ahead of us, but that was good. And I wanted to give you something good before I go back to the worst. But Jamie, have you ever done the tea experience at the Grand Floridian?
No, I thought your afternoon tea was going to be at the Cake Bake Shop, the new restaurant there, where
Oh no.
everybody's paying 22 to 25, 28, sometimes $30 a piece of cake. No, I didn't. I've never had the afternoon tea at. I love the Grand Flow. I mean, like I said, I'm a Pop Century kind of guy, or Art of Animation kind of guy. I'll walk into the Grand like I own the joint,
Yeah.
and nobody asks any questions, man. I'm just a regular fancy guest like all the rest of them. Um, but I've never had the afternoon tea there. We do like 1900 Park Fair, the character dining there.
Yeah.
But tell me about
Yeah.
the afternoon tea.
You derailed me a little bit because I'm gonna have to circle back. I'll forget. I got to tell you about the bakery.
Oh, you went to the Cake
Um,
Bake Shop,
yeah, I mean, because we're on the Skyliner and it's right
right?
there, the boardwalk. My first experience at the boardwalk, beautiful, love it. I loved it in the daytime. I loved it in the nighttime. The bakery, however, save your $45 on the piece of cake. We split one for like $4 million,
Uh-huh.
and we ate the whole thing because it was expensive, but
Right.
it was average. There was some
What kind did
dry
you get?
spots to it. I don't even remember. It was like that.
Oh, okay.
I think it was some kind of fruit vanilla type one,
Okay.
um, but it was completely average.
Four
There was no
million
place to
dollars for a piece of cake. And go
yeah,
good. All right.
an average piece of cake. It
Uh-huh.
tasted a little bit like sheet cake. But hey, I'm not going to tell anybody not to do it. We waited in line for it. We got it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my favorite, and I'm a big cake fan, so maybe I had high expectations again. So
You're
lower your expectations when you're going in there, and maybe you'll enjoy it. But it is very
your
expensive.
inner fat kid.
And I love y'all out there, and y'all know I love Disney, but this is the worst. So I'm dragging you down a little bit more. I'm gonna talk about this afternoon tea. We Disney bounded as Mary Poppins and Bert, who's the street sweeper, and it wasn't crazy. I had the jacket with the stripes on it, and I think you saw the pictures. And then
I did.
Brianna had just a white dress with a red kind of like a corset around her, and it was very simple Disney bounding. And a lot of people noticed, and they said, "Oh, that's great." And so we were in the mood. We're ready. We're walking into the Grand Flow
Hold
like
on,
we
time
own
out.
it.
You packed these outfits?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We drove
Oh
down.
my God. Oh my God.
Yep, yep.
Disney adult. Disney
Disney
adult.
adult at our finest here.
Oh my God. I see. I thought
So
they gave you that when I saw the picture. Oh, well, that's fun. They gave you the outfits. No, no, no. you went out of your way to pack those and you dressed up for the day. Okay, go.
Yeah,
All right, I
yes,
got
my
it. I
brother.
see where we're at now. Yeah. All
I
right,
did
go
it for
ahead.
the people.
More research. Got it.
Disney bounding. We gotta find out about it, man.
All right.
All right, so we Disney bound, and I started off on the wrong foot because we drove over there because we had a reservation, and we're a little tiny bit early, so I dropped her off, and I drove around for 15, 20 minutes trying to find a spot because it was packed. It wasn't clear where to park. Valet took up a whole section that had plenty of spots, but the two places, the convention center and the regular parking, they were jammed full. um, and there was nobody moving. So I had to go. There was, I think you could walk across the street or drive across the street and then walk over. And I'm in my like suit, and I'm like, I didn't want to do that. So I waited for the spot. So I got off on the wrong foot, but we got in there, and the Grand Floridian is a gorgeous hotel. Like, it is amazing. It's on my bucket list to stay there, and I
Hmm.
want to do that. The atmosphere is perfect, but the experience not so much. The scone, where they started off with the scone. Ah, it was fantastic. It was beautiful. It tasted really good. I didn't know scones could be so moist. They were delicious. Everything else was average at best. He came out, showed me the teas, but you're paying like cents, like pennies for tea, right? And this experience cost us over $100 each. So we had tea, and then the food was not great. Like, the cakes were dry, the sandwiches were dry, the the salmon card that they made didn't taste great, didn't have much for flavoring. It was very underwhelming for $100+
So
but I
hold
mean,
on.
if you want an elegant tea and that's your thing, you want to get dressed up and you're having like a bachelorette party, or you're going with your mom on Mother's Day, like, the experience is great. Like, go for the experience, but I just want you to know the food's not good, and the tea is tea.
It's tea.
It was
Absolute, absolute. In the words of Ted Lasso, absolute garbage water. I don't know why. I don't know why people drink that stuff. To be honest.
Yeah,
So let me get this straight. You paid $100 a person for tiny dry sandwiches,
and tea.
and then you left hungry.
I did. Brianna definitely did. I took her to eat after that. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, if I'm giving it props, the experience is you get dressed up and you're in your like Sunday best, and you can go and you can sip tea and have a conversation, and you could look at the treats because they are made beautifully. There was one that was made out of a card, because it's all Alice in Wonderland themed. There's one made out of a
Oh,
card.
I didn't know that.
There
That's
was
cool.
one made out of the flamingo. There was the Mad Hatter's hat. Like, it just beautifully made desserts and sandwiches. However, they tasted terrible.
Man. Again,
Yeah.
folks, the worst beyond the magic at gmail.com. Send your hate mail to Mr. Pete Morrison, but we'll be looking for it. Just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. We're not really selling Disney on this episode, are we, Pete?
I'm really not. I feel bad, but I mean,
Okay.
Soren, amazing. Test
Amazing.
Track, amazing.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you what else well, I'm gonna give you a mid range. All right.
Okay.
So I've given you the worst. I've given you the best. I'm gonna give you a mid range.
All right.
Um, the Rock and Roller Coaster with the Muppets. I loved it. I
Uh-huh.
loved it. It's one of my favorite rides. I think it is the best roller coaster
Thank you. Don't ruin it for
at
me.
Walt Disney World. Yep. But it feels like the Muppets snuck into the building overnight, painted over every sign that Aerosmith had. They changed the soundtrack, and they switched some signs, and they called it good. And it's the same ride. As you're going upside down and around, they had the road signs. They're the same road signs. They just have like Muppet theming on them now. But it makes sense to me. Like, Aerosmith is, in 1999, it was great. It was fun. It was funny. And now the Muppets, they add some whimsy to it. They reconnect. The Muppets aren't going away. I mean, you and I were watching Muppet
I love the
Babies. Our kids are
Muppets.
going to
Yeah.
watch the Muppets. They're great.
Yeah.
It's fun and it's funny, like I said. And honestly, it was really cute. I'm glad that they did the upgrade, but don't expect a lot of different stuff. The Muppets just hijacked it. Literally went in there with paint and hijacked it.
Yeah. Rather than Aerosmith, it's the great Gonzo with the fake mustache.
completely. But the I love the Foo Fighters. I'm old. I can connect with them. They played in the Courtyard, so I was already in the mood.
Oh,
The
nice.
the the electric band inside playing Roller Coaster was fantastic. Fantastic.